The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I am entrancing you with my peace. At the same time that I have released my peace to you, I have also given you my peace. The presence of harmony is making its way into every aspect of your existence. I have said, peace, be still. In the places where there has been upheaval, be still within yourself and be peaceful in your mind. Stay calm in the midst of your feelings, and do not allow anything to pull you away from the area of tranquility that I have provided for you. You are not someone who should be agitated. You will not be the recipient of things like raised voices and stressed out emotions. There is no way for them to express themselves in the new creation that I have made you that you are. The composure that you have by my side will not be disturbed by anything because you have ascended, and you have taken your place here beside me. God has declared that the hunt is over. What other people have refused to grant you, I have granted to you. You have been subjected to manipulation and suffering by others via the use of false promises, but I have now freely given you. It is possible for you to turn away from those illegal authorities since you have evolved beyond their schemes and manipulations. The tranquility that I have bestowed upon you will not be taken away from you. The tranquility that I possess is the peace that beyond comprehension. It is no longer necessary for you to seek explanations or rationalizations regarding the subsequent events because you have achieved inner peace as a result of my presence. You are now in the fast lane, where your necessities are magically satisfied and your goals are spontaneously fulfilled, since my peace has placed you in this position. You are moving forward on the yes and amen entitlement that is my free and loving gift to you on this very day. You are going forward on its entitlement. Accept it and know it, not as a recompense that you have earned but as a free and loving endowment upon one such as yourself that I have loved so well and will carry you forward to the complete comprehension of everything that you have cried out to me for, says God. Love, according to what the Father has shown to us today, is the key to the supernatural. Healing from the supernatural, miracles, and even living are all possible with this. I am love, just as I have stated in the Bible that faith, hope, and love are the three things that remain the same. One of the most important of these is love. Since love is unfailing in every circumstance, the seed of love should be planted, and the roots of hope should be allowed to take root. Then, watch as the tree is brought into existence by the action of trust. You can live and walk in my presence, which will keep you focused and in tune with what I am doing in your life, even though I am aware that you live and function in a world that is plagued with sin. Please know that I am aware of this fact. Put love at the top of your list. I am aware that there have been occasions when you have temporarily touched the pinnacle and worked in some of my love in your life. Nevertheless, there is a supernatural occurrence that takes place when you operate in my love in your life on a consistent basis. I want you to get rid of all the worldly muck, including judgments, pride, and hatred, and instead center your attention on my love and begin to operate in it. There are a lot of people who are curious about why they continue to be sick and not get well, or why things in their lives do not change. I know that in your natural human thinking it is easy to get angry and to think, say, or act in some unpleasant way when someone disrespects or hurts you, but instead of choosing to get offended, choose to bless them and find ways to bless them. Know this, love, my agape love, is the key. Train your love muscle whenever you get the opportunity to do so. Consider the various ways in which you may put it to use across the day. Make the decision to love and bless other people. Love is what I have commanded my children to do. Is it not the responsibility of parents to provide their children with the finest possible guidance in order to ensure that their life outcomes will be nothing but the best? My children, I have also imparted upon you the most valuable piece of guidance, which is to love others as much as you love yourself. This action in love will activate hope and faith in your life to the utmost degree, leading the supernatural doors of heaven to penetrate your life. Eventually, this will become second nature to you, and it will allow you to experience your life to the fullest extent possible. It is true that love is the key to everything. I want you to experience my air blow over your life, the Father assures you today. Enjoy the sensation of my breath revitalizing those aspects of your life and rekindling the desire in your heart to serve me. Take a drink from my reviving waters that are poured out of my cup that is completely full. Place every worry that you have about the world at my feet. Take up residence in your private space with me. Permit me to replenish you with my presence. Pay attention to anything that I have to offer you. For your unwavering devotion and unwavering dedication to serve me, I have bestowed upon you this gift. Each and every one of your heart's wishes is something that I am aware of, and I want each and every one of them to be realized. There is a purpose behind why I have placed these desires in your heart. Allow me to cultivate each desire all the way to its fullness within me. Everything I possess and everything I am is a direct result of the love that I have for you. With wide arms, you should welcome everything that is coming your way. Delight in the pleasure that will be bestowed upon you by what is forthcoming. It is my intention to let my fire out into your life. It will destroy anything that is not of me and will burn it up. In ways that you could never have imagined, it will kindle new levels of passion inside you, allowing you to accomplish greater work for the kingdom. As I open and expand your understanding in new ways and into new worlds, I am transforming your experience. You have persevered through the challenges and examinations in order to arrive at this new season. It will be well worth every effort that you have put forth in order to arrive at this point. Observe as my plans start to take shape and materialize in your life, and in this very moment. My heavenly tactics are being released over the things that you have patiently waited for because of your patience. Have a wonderful time, my beloved. An incredible amount of anticipation is building up in the heavenlies for the things that I have for your life. Be on the lookout for any potential distractions that may attempt to divert your attention away from everything that I am providing by this moment. God has commanded you to go and find all of her today. Right now is the moment to gather all of the bride, every part, every man, woman, and kid who are looking around with wide eyes and wondering, where can I find a savior? Please, my cherished children, there are members of our family who are absent from our meal. You are familiar with them. Your hands have come into contact with the backs of someone who has been mistreated, bruised, and broken. While I am holding your hand, you should turn your hand toward her and take hold of it. At my table, there is no one who is wealthy or poor, and there is no sign that would characterize you as either of those categories. As I turned over the tables the money changers were using in the synagogues, you should also turn over those cards. It is time to lay the table, so make the announcement to the heavenlies that today is the day. Those who say that it is too late and that it does not matter should have the placard in their hearts turned upside down. Some members of the family have gone missing. I can hear her sobbing as she walks through the streets of Gibraltar. My lover is crying out for her savior. I have lost sons and daughters who are looking at their reflections in rain puddles rather than the one who would hold them, love them, and invite them into the deep oceans of my presence. Would you be willing to be my hand so that I can touch their face and tilt it upward to look at me? It is in that location that the riches of the wicked has been carefully preserved. Therefore, the balances of injustice will be tipped in the wrong direction. I present myself before you, my darling, to reclaim it. I am extending an invitation to you to come along with me. You should throw open the door of your heart and invite even the most insignificant members of your family to join you at the wedding feast. They are not yet in possession of their invitation, which is directly connected to an inheritance that is unparalleled in comparison to any other inheritance. The fact that you have taken note of them has resulted in the capturing of my heart, darling, and the awakening of my love. In today's message, Jesus says, I have brought you out and established you in a new place of understanding within my kingdom. I have brought you out, and now I am guiding you to a location where there are a lot of requirements. I am bringing you to a place where there are people who are pleading for anything, even just a breath of fresh air and a glass of water that is entirely free of impurities. And I would say to you that I have given you a new word, even the word of the Lord your God, to pour out from you to the hearts of others like a healing balm. I have chosen you to be the recipient of this new word. Do not consider this term to be an odd thing because it is already a part of you. I have set it inside you, and I have placed it there so that you may pour out of my spirit to others because I have placed it within you. This day, God says, you should make it your purpose to be a vessel that is poured out not only to me but also to those who are suffering and in need. God says, yes, make it your purpose and determination to be a vessel that is overturned, and allow that which is within you to pour forth even unto my people all around you, for they are crying, and they are hungry, and they are thirsty. It is not to wander aimlessly through the barren locations that I will send you, rather, it is to provide refreshment to both my body and my servants. It's possible that there are some people who aren't interested and others who turn away, but those who remain faithful to me will continue to do so. It is the nature of things for you right now, and in your faithfulness, you will find great reward by my hand. If you are not received in one house, do not tarry, simply shake the dust from your feet and find the next assignment. This is the nature of things for you right now. This day, God declares that the trust of heaven is placed upon you now and now. I will make you the ruler over a great deal, just as you have been faithful in a small but significant amount. I have a good understanding of your personality, and I will reward you based on the cleanliness of your hands. It is coming to pass that my plans and my purposes are being carried out in your life, declares the Father. If you want to be ever confident in the work that I am already doing on the inside of you, that is the purpose that you should give your heart. I have been preparing you for this day ever since I implanted you in your mother's womb. These years are exciting years that you do not need to look forward to with fear, rather, you should look forward to them with excitement, knowing that I have promised you a result and a life that is worth living. Because I am bringing you into my delight, you should get ready to be delighted rather than left feeling disappointed. As long as you continue to take pleasure in me, I will grant you the wishes that your heart has made. The adversary has made an effort to cause you to experience a sensation of faintness in your heart. However, you should not be dismayed or faint, since the things that you have pleaded for, desired for, and asked for without ceasing are now becoming a reality in your life. The manifestation of my goodness and my advantages, as well as the blessings that I have prepared for you, is now nearing completion. You will experience a profound revitalization as a result of the angel of my presence in the days that are to come. Newness of life is yours to possess. Restoration is yours, and even the recovery of those things that were lost to the war will be regained to you by my hand, declares the Father. I will restore you. Today, the Father tells you that you are traveling on my communications highway. My kingdom is filled with information, and I am filling you to the brim with the understanding that comes from working through my Spirit. God has stated that the downloads of heaven are taking place at an increasingly rapid pace. Your capacity for comprehension is expanding as a result of my efforts. You are currently experiencing an opening of the spirit of knowledge as well as the spirit of understanding upon you. By making you aware of the fact that you have the ability to run with the swift and take the prey, even from the mouth of the adversary, I am making you quick to learn. In the same way that you have been looking for prophetic information, I have provided you with an ear that is able to hear what I am saying to my people. In this time of year, God instructs us to remember to be faithful in both hearing and speaking. I want you to be aware of the fact that I have chosen you to be one of my prophetic voices. The words that I speak will be heard in you because I am the God who created the mouth of man. In order for you to be able to speak my words, I will make it evident to you that you have heard me with complete assurance. I am now removing from you the lies and the deceptions, the mind-binding spirits that have attempted to prevent you from understanding that you are aware that you have received a message from heaven. Your life is being stripped of every unlawful power that has been placed over it. Because you do have ears to hear and eyes to see, the blinders are falling off of your eyes and the stoppers are falling out of your ears despite the fact that you have both of these abilities. God has revealed to us today that my DNA is present in your marrow. You are being transformed into my image as a result of the DNA of the monarchy of Christ that is present inside you. I am causing you to escape the erroneous constraints that the adversary has placed on you. They are no longer able to hold you. All of the things in your life that have previously held you back will no longer be a constraint on you because I have liberated you. You are surrounded by my spirit, and wherever my spirit is, there is liberty, and that liberty is growing with each passing day. I have a plan for your life, and now is the time for you to go forward and according to that plan. At this moment, I am providing clarity to your assignments, as well as clarity to the things that need to be put aside if you are going to walk in my purposes, as you have requested in the past. The Lord offers words of encouragement on this matter, saying, "My sheep know my voice, and you are one of my sheep." There is yet another voice that you will dismiss. Discover how to live outside of your sheep nature, and the nagging uncertainties that have been holding you back in the past will no longer be a problem for you. You may have experienced moments of uncertainty, but you must learn to put your faith on the initial witness of my Spirit. Your questions will be answered, and I will even provide you with rapid responses. Not only will you no longer question your own judgment, but you will also no longer question if the voice you heard came from me. You are going to separate the valuable from the filthy materials. The adversary will no longer be able to induce reluctance in you because you will be aware of the fact that you are aware of the fact that you are aware, and when you step out, it will be exactly the same. You are currently in a 5-year plan, the Father said to you today. It is time for you to take a seat and start writing down the instructions that I will provide to you in order to get you from where you are to where I will take you. In the next years, I will demonstrate to you what I anticipate from you in terms of cooperation and alignment with my objectives, as well as what I anticipate from you. Over the course of the following 5 years, there are going to be a lot of things in your life that were previously uncertain but are going to become certain from that point on. In the next 5 years, the way you live your life is going to be quite substantially changed. Not only because of the passage of time and not only because of the changes that occur naturally as the years pass, but also because of a plan and a purpose that I am bringing about here and now. It is impossible for me to take any action unless I first disclose it to my slaves, and I refer to you as my servant. Start looking for my face in a new and different way. There are some things that I am going to give you, and you are going to write them down, and then you are going to be pushed to believe them. You are going to ask yourself, how could this possibly be God? things is impossible for things to be this simple. Will there be a component that is unknown? Of certainly, the Father continues, because just as I left giants in the country for the people to conquer, so too will there be giants, but you will triumph over each and every one of them. In addition, I will communicate with you through your dreams about topics that you may find challenging to hear but that are essential for you to be aware of. Maintain a corrective attitude. Those things that you have held to in the past should be something you are willing to let go of. My glory is to keep a matter hidden, and your glory is to discover what it is that I have concealed. I will also reveal to you the hidden treasures that are buried in secret places, and I will fill you with my kindness to such an extent that you will be amazed and enriched, and you will be so blessed that even those who are blessed will refer to you as blessed by my hand. Today, the Father says, I am sending my spirit of promise upon you at this very moment. My presence is being sent to you, and inside of my presence are the gifts that I have for you. Some of the things that I have in store for you are not related to something that you have earned, anything that you have accomplished, or something that you have hoped to achieve. It is not a season of labor, but rather a time to receive my matchless gift. My gift is waiting for you. I call you one who receives my inexpressible gift today, even in 4 separate areas: in your finances, in your relationships, in your ministry part, and in the area of your health. I call you one who receives my gift. According to the Father, your health is going to come to you in a very short amount of time. It is my intention to boost your vitality. For the sake of preparing you for the reasons that I am bringing you into, I am providing you with a robustness of health. I am bringing you into my beloved for the goal of fulfilling a ministry responsibility. Despite the fact that you may have been experiencing a lull, God assures you that this does not mean that I have postponed my intervention in your life. You are moving into the next season that I have planned for you, regardless of whether or not it appears to be the case. The transition from one task to the next is taking place. It seems as though you are moving from one assignment to the next set of assignments. You will have the impression that just as you are finishing up with one item, there will be another thing right there demanding your attention. The Lord says that you need not be afraid, since this is only me performing a fast work in your life. It is possible that you will feel the strain and tension, but I ask that you have patience and trust me to determine the outcome. In order to break through into the kingdom that is justice, peace, and joy, you must press into this press. This is the press that causes you to break out. This is the response to the question that you have posed to me. My faithfulness is demonstrated by the fact that I make the fulfillment of your greatest dream and the fulfillment of your deepest heart's desire a reality, even on this very day. Today, the Father has spoken to you that you are standing on hallowed ground. A holy thing is that which I have brought into existence within you. Please remove your shoes from your feet, because I will be speaking to you about things that are going to happen in your life even now, as well as things that will happen in the future. I am not involved in the schemes that men have created, but they have made their plans. Although they have ordered you to participate in their program, I have decided that this is not the path that I want you to take. Become aligned with me right now. Allow yourself to relax and take it easy on the inside, where I am residing in you. Let them act as a menace. Let them press for it. Due to the fact that they have touched the pupil of my eye by touching you, I will have them in a state of humiliation. According to God, I am moving upon you from the inside out. I am giving birth to you in the same way that I gave birth to Mary. The manifestation of my purposes is taking place in your life, and you should say it softly and with a heart that is yielded to me, be it unto me even as thou hast said. Going forward, things are going to take on a distinct appearance. Situations that you believed would never change may suddenly give, and you will need to realign your thoughts about what life looks like in order to survive. The height of the mountain is being reduced. High ground is being created in the valley. It is with joy and freedom that you are emerging into the world. You need to take responsibility for the spoils of Egypt. As you transition from the things of the past into the new things that I have decreed for you even at this very now, the transfer of riches is beginning to come upon you. You have arrived to the hidden location of the Most High. The Father has informed you today. Despite the fact that 1,000 could fall at your right hand and 10,000 could fall at your left, it will not come close to you. Despite the fact that nations come and go, my faithfulness will endure for all eternity. Despite the fact that the planet is being struck by catastrophes and that nations are in turmoil, this is not your lot in life. In the middle of the darkness, you are commanded to be a beacon of light. You have been called and you have been appointed to be the one who remains standing when everyone else sees their life as a smoldering crater of ruin and their hope as being lost. God declares that there will be no end to the peace and administration that I have established. This is the kingdom that I have put you into after I have translated you. You are not earthly, you are not of the earth. I am also from above, and you are from above as well. I have established my home in you, and I have come all the way to you. If you find that everyone around you is either white with terror or blackened with rage, you should simply rejoice. You should be happy to know that you are not left to fend for yourself. Never will I abandon you. I am here with you at all times. In the event that you are confronted with challenges and dangers, you should just leap into the tower of my name and defy the adversary to break the defenses that I have established around you. It is going to be fine for you. You have been concealed within my pavilion. You are not in danger. This is safe for you. In spite of what other people believe or what the adversary threatens, you are emerging from this experience entire and free. It is not possible to find a solution to the problem on the same level as the problem, the Father declares today. In the midst of a dispute, it is impossible to bring about peace. In a place where only spiritual corruption and contamination are prevalent, it is impossible to bring about healing. The enemy is using these things as a distraction in order to divert your attention away from who I am and what I am doing in order to free and liberate you. Beloved, instead of looking at these things, look to me and begin to live. Take a step back from everything that is vying for your attention and focus your attention solely on me. When you look to me today, you should say, God has revealed to you, you are my refiner. Look to me and say, Father, you are my relief and my deliverance. This is because I am purifying you, I am delivering you, and I am bringing you relief in the middle of the trial. God asserts that it is impossible to find a solution to the problem on the level of the problem. Instead of hesitating and being hesitant, you need to rise above the difficulty on the wings of your faith without any hesitation. It is not true that you will not be able to make it through this situation simply because you are at a loss for what to do. Have you faith in me? Let me handle everything from here on out. Have you faith in me? Therefore, go to a low position and simply worship me until the scourge that arrives at noonday has passed over you. Until the enemy's arrows fly by you and fail to hit their target, till you are overcome with fear. I have concealed you. I am going to keep you. After everything that has happened, you are emerging on the other side of it without even the odor of smoke appearing on your clothing. In today's message, the Father informs us that every perfect gift and every good gift comes from above. Everything that is not excellent or that is not flawless is not something that I have created. God, is that you? is not a question that needs to be asked, since my hand is the source of everything that is good and everything that is flawless. Everything else belongs to the adversary. The religious thinking of men has led them to confuse this fact with their beliefs. They have accused me of causing cancer, as well as sorrow, destruction, and suffering. They have also accused me of bringing about loss. According to God, this is the falsehood, and it derives from the one who is the father of lies. It makes no difference how tearfully they proclaim their deep truth, because they do not contain any truth in their statement. It is a lie that they have believed. It is not possible for me to offer you anything that does not originate in heaven, since I am a good God. Heaven is a place where there is no impurity. Heaven is devoid of any state of poverty. Hell is a place where there is no sickness. Heaven does not have any sadness or heartbreak. While I am teaching men something, there are no classrooms in heaven in which I compel them to go through difficult times because I am teaching them something. That you should pray, as in heaven so on earth, is something that I did not mention. If that is the case, then why would I go to such great lengths to put you through hell in the name of purportedly making you more like themselves? God recommends that you turn away from these erroneous ideas. I invite you to acknowledge the reality of my grace and my goodness, which will never place on you what the cross has removed from you. I was injured so that you may recover from your wounds. It was for the purpose of safeguarding you that I fell in love. I was the recipient of the blows that were going to be delivered to you. You do not need to worry. Your safety is guaranteed. God says, you are provisioned by my hand to overcome and to get through every situation with your testimony of my faithfulness intact. Therefore, exult in my goodness and no longer accept the hideous and false teachings of enlightened men, who tarnish my nature with their incorrect conceptions and wrong notions. I will deliver you from every circumstance. In this day and age, the Father declares, my grace and truth lives within you. You have the ability to triumph over. You are no longer misled. You have been made aware of the existence of paradise. Due to the fact that I have opened your eyes, the adversary will no longer be able to trap you with the things that have happened in the past. A new day has come, according to God. Those things that were challenging and devastating for you will now become a yoke that is simple to carry and a weight that is light. Are you able to provide an answer right now? This is the last thing I have to offer you. Because I am right here and now, there is no need to look back and say, God, do it again, or on the other hand, there is no need to look forward and say, God, come and get me. On the inside of you, you are living out my day and walking out my day, even that day of fullness and completion that leads you to inherit the full promise of heaven in a moment of time. You are living out my day. The powers of the world to come are already being experienced by you now. You are currently walking in the power of the eternality that will continue to sustain you in 1,000,000 years from now. There is no point in time in the future when you will be granted access to something that you do not currently have ready at hand. There is no line of demarcation. Get ready for a miracle. Prepare yourself for the special and one-of-a-kind action that I will do today in order to liberate you from the constraints imposed by the adversary. This is the point at which the extreme limitations of man collide with my sovereign ability and willingness to bring you through. God says, I am bringing you through this ordeal. There will be no lagging behind of you. Although others have abandoned you, I will not abandon you. I will not abandon you. I have not abandoned you, despite the fact that others have abandoned you. In one way or another, you are the one who will accompany me. There is already a reservation made for your journey. Your ticket has been prepaid for. Your access is guaranteed, so you can rejoice even before you find yourself confronted with the task of tomorrow. God adds, I am already standing there with the crown of victory, which is the reward for faithfulness and obedience for each and every one of my true servants. In this day and age, the Father instructs us to consume the bread of God. It has been decreed by me that you will discover the manna of heaven on the ground every morning during your sojourn, and that you will also find water from the rock every day. It is possible that you are traversing a wilderness experience, but am I not the cloud that guides you during the day and the fire that guides you during the night? Avoid looking back at the garlics and leeks that were grown in Egypt. The situation cannot be reversed. Do not turn around. Instead, put your hand on the plow and plow. Do not waste even a single second of your time wishing for what was in the past, for I am not taking you back to what was in the past. Rather, I am bringing you forward to what has never been experienced in my splendor. My splendor is shared by you as a participant. The resources of heaven that have not yet been utilized are yours to share. It is not impossible for you to access the heavenly vaults. I am not going to be hesitant about you. It has been taught to me by men that I am offering you a negative response during those times, yet, I assure you that all of my promises are yes and amen to you as well. My answer of choice is always going to be yes. It is not a valid concern of yours that I will decline your request. The dread that you should have is that I will answer your questions, because when you ask, I will answer, and when you cry to me, I will say, here I am. Because, guess what, you don't have to go to the trouble of overcoming my unwillingness to migrate in your situation. There is absolutely no hesitation on my part to relocate in your life. Calvary, even the harsh, blood-spattered timbers of Calvary's cross are the testament to what I am ready to do to see that you experience a yes and amen victory in any situation you are facing now or will ever face at any future time, declares God. You will come out victorious in every circumstance you are currently facing or will ever face in the future.